Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. I keep getting this question time and time again. Please do an update video on your Aero, Ridley, and Hooch hauler jackets. I have three. I have two Ridley jackets. So the one I'm wearing is in natural chrome excel front quarter horsehide, oftentimes abbreviated as FQHH, means front quarter horsehide. So this is a horsehide leather jacket made out of Horween's natural chrome excel, and it has aged tremendously. Next we have my Aero Ridley jacket in dark seal Vicenza, and last but not least we've got my Hooch hauler jacket in russet brown Badalassi. This is actually a cowhide, the only cowhide of the three. Question I keep getting asked most often: how are these jackets aging? Just look for yourself. I actually repositioned my camera to a special spot today to actually stand up for this presentation, so you're welcome, YouTube. I'll start with this natural chrome excel one. So I actually wore this one as my go-to jacket for my Alaska trip. We took a trip out to Alaska for about 10 days, and I put this thing through the ringer. I wore it with these boots right here, my Grant Stone brass boots in Maduro shell cordovan, and in my opinion, I think that this nice chocolatey brown color pairs up beautifully against the Horween natural chrome excel. And so when it comes to pairing boots with jackets, you can do this, in my opinion. You can do a chocolate brown with a natural brown, especially if it's not a veg tan brown. A natural veg tan would be something like this, basically an off-white leather color. What I'm talking about is this deeply oiled, chrome tanned natural leather. As you can see, these two naturals are not the same, and that's because this leather, for the sake of simplicity, is highly saturated with all kinds of stuff. If I took a bunch of conditioning oils and saturated this natural veg tan in a bunch of oils and waxes and conditioners, it would darken up quite a bit. It would turn like kind of an orangey color. As you can see, natural chrome excel has more of like an olive color, a drab olive color, and I just love this jacket. This is a grail leather jacket for me. We've got really great creasing in the arms and really nice wear patterns throughout the entire jacket. I'll get some good outside shots to show what I mean, but and I'll overlay pictures of when it was new versus how it looks now. In a nutshell, this jacket has formed really beautiful ripples and creases all throughout the arms, and it's darkened up in quite a few areas, and it has become mine. It's darkened up a little bit, not through conditioning. I haven't conditioned this at all. Where I was going with for my Alaska trip, I only wore this. So I brought a lot of wool sweaters to wear underneath for insulation. I beat the living crap out of it. I sat on it. I wore it on hikes. I did everything in it. I got rained on in it. I took it up mountains, Mount Denali, I think. It just performed beautifully, and I had this nice armor. This leather jacket really all leather jackets really shield against the wind very nicely. I was not kind to it. I was not gentle with it. I don't treat it like it's a baby. I actually do. I lay on it. I'd use it as a pillow if we were on like a bus ride or something. All that to say, I really wore it quite very hard. Not to mention, when it's all zipped up, I feel like $1,000,000. I feel protected. I feel put together. I feel complete. It's just like wearing armor. My one complaint is I don't have a pocket for my left hand, so when it's cold out, I could stick my pocket in my right hand, but my left hand gets left out and has to freeze. The other annoying thing about the Ridley is the belt around the waist. I can't tell you how many times I've almost lost my belt on both of these jackets, and that's because when it's not fastened, it's just sliding around. Sometimes typically what I would do is I would fold it a few times through that loop, and that would kind of keep it in place, kind of, but it's not super secure. So what I actually did with this jacket was, since I do leather work now, you can see I put a stud in here. I put two studs, one on the left side and one on the right side, and you can see how I did that from the inside. You can see the base of the stud there. And so what that does basically is it works similar to how my bracelets fasten and unfasten. See, I have my standard bracelet and a little hole there, and it just pops into the hole. It's held in through tension, and then when it's ready to come off, I just pop it off. So anyways, that's essentially what I did with this jacket. So it is still removable. pop it off. See the stud? Pop it back on, and it's basically not going to go anywhere. I could wear it all the time, no worries. I still haven't done it to the Dark Seal Vicenza horsehide. This is also a front quarter horsehide in Dark Seal Vicenza. And this one of the three probably has aged the least, probably because I wear it the least. That's not to say that I don't love it. This was partially broken in when I got it though, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm really happy to have a dark chocolate brown jacket. Yeah, it's also formed interesting honeycombing along the arms and on the back. Still looks kind of like it did. There's not much patina on the back, but for the Natural Chrome XL one thing I will say about this thing is it is still not mine. Despite all the punishment I put it through, it still has not become like supple. It's still very rigid. It's the most rigid of all three, so there's still some fighting left I have to do with this. I feel like in another 3 to 5 years, this one will really become buttery soft. The horsehide, it's not like cowhide. It does take longer to break in, and there's an endless amount of factors that contribute to how easy a leather is to break in or not. In a nutshell, every hide is different. I have multiple hides all about this room right now. Each one is different, and it doesn't matter the tannage class or the color or if it's a rough out. You just can't predict how one Natural Chrome XL is going to be compared to another Natural Chrome XL. Sometimes I get a side in and it's real supple and nice and good quality. Other times I get one in and it's just kind of dry and just kind of lifeless, and you just can't predict the. Not all Natural Chrome XLs are created equal. It really starts with the quality of the hide itself, and that is just something that is discretionary by tanners, what meets their quality before they send it out to makers, and then makers get it and they might be able to use some of it and they might reject some of it, you know what I mean? So this isn't a matter of just picking a leather and saying, oh, it's going to be great. Not to say that this isn't great, because it is. I really appreciate just how hard it is, hardy, but it is like a really stubborn pair of denim that, you know, thick 20-ounce denim that's rigid still after a year of wearing it. There are some materials that you just have to fight with. This one, this Dark Seal Vicenza, it's got really nice pebble grain pattern to it, a lot less smooth than the initial feel of the Natural Chrome XL. So this one, the temper of the leather is a little bit more easy to navigate around in. I can move a little bit more freely. I'm still a little constricted, but I can move a little bit more easily. Just demonstrate. Once this video is over, I'm putting the studs in through this too. And by the way, that will be a service that I will offer now that I do leather work and I'm confident enough. If that's something you'd be interested in, I think we could call it 50 bucks if you want to send me your jacket, and I will happily install studs in yours as well, so you don't have your belt slipping around. So if you have an Aero Ridley or a similar type of a jacket with a belt in it, and you don't want to do this every time you put it on, let me know. I'll hook you up. I will make sure that the buckle lines up perfectly with the zipper. I will make sure you have an even better, more conveniently functioning jacket. Last, and sort of last and certainly not least though, I do have a surprise. A surprise if you stay tuned till the end of the video. A special surprise. Also, I'll add, contributing to the appearance of a lack of a patina on this one is obviously this Dark Seal Vicenza is a dark color, so it's not going to show its patina. My favorite of the three, the Hooch Hauler in Russet Badalassi Cowhide. This one has been getting a lot of use recently, mostly because of my second stitch down patina Thunderdome boot, the Custom Craft in russet harness from my buddy Dennis at Custom Craft. Those boots, I've been wearing them every other day. I've actually been very good at the Thunderdome this year. I've dedicated a lot of time to actually wearing my Thunderdome pairs. In fact, I'm wearing my Truman boots in natural horse rump right now. Been doing one and the other on and off, and I only allow for one day of the week to wear another pair of boots. So I've been very dedicated to wearing my Thunderdome boots. I'm happy to report, and it actually makes my life really easy. It's nice just waking up and just knowing, you know what, I'm not gonna think about the other 50 or 100 pairs that I need to put patina on. I'm just dedicated to these two right now, simple. And so for that reason, every time I wear my russet harness custom craft boots, I throw this jacket on, because that russet color, that nice rustic red, rusty brown, red, orange colorway of this jacket complements the custom craft amazingly. And not to mention, of the three, this one is mine now. The arms, they move effortlessly. I don't fight with this leather at all. This is a veg tan as compared to a chrome tan, much less stiff. The Italians really know how to tan leather, and they really know how to create a luxurious leather, and that's exemplified in this jacket. I love this thing. It's buttery smooth. Whenever I wear all three, I get looks, but this one, people are like, what is that guy wearing? This one has patinated up wonderfully. It hasn't darkened up, thankfully. It's still got that sort of rubbery sponginess about it too. You can probably hear it on the coming through on the audio as I flex my arms, and it still has the same smell. It hasn't faded a whole lot. It's just super nice. It's definitely my favorite of the three. I feel like this one characterizes my style the best, though they're all at home with me. What I do like about this one too is the double pockets, obviously. That really helps out. The yoke in the back is really quite unique as well. If anybody knows in the comments, let me know what this sort of vertical panel yoke pattern is called. I will pin it to the top of the comments. All three of these aging super nice, but by far, in my opinion, and Jake of Almost Vintage Style, he's right. This type of leather, this veg tan, Italian veg tan, is going to age probably a lot more gracefully and robustly, rewardingly, as compared to a Chrome Excel. Yeah, the lack of the belt also makes putting this on and off a cinch, because I just zip the thing up and I'm ready to go. Last but not least, I have the Snake Oil Provisions collab double Helix. This is called the Double Helix Deviant Horsehide motorcycle jacket in T-Core black. And I haven't really worn this. This was sent to me by my friend Jen to either sell or to keep for myself. I'm heavily contemplating keeping this thing, because look at it. It fits identically compared to the other ones. It's a perfect fit. It's a, I'll do a separate review on this, but I absolutely just love it. There's no belt here, similar to the Hooch hauler, though not identical. I could get into the weeds and start comparing them, but for the sake of this video, very excited about this one. I didn't think I'd be a black leather jacket guy, but when I put it on and I looked at myself in it, I'm like, maybe I could do a black leather jacket. Let me know in the comments if you think my pasty white skin can pull off a black leather jacket like this. Maybe I can. This one's quite expensive. This one's costs considerably more than the other ones. I ordered all my Aero leather jackets through Thurston Brothers, and they were between $1,200 and $1,400 respectively. This one is about $2,000, though I think if you go directly to Double Helix, it's more in line cost-wise with these other ones. Snake Oil Provisions has to make money, and so that's why the upcharge there. But yeah, super cool. I love all four of them, though I don't officially call this one mine just yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to. That'll do it for now. I seriously love leather jackets. They are a game changer, and if you're into good boots, you need some good leather jackets to go with them. Anyways, that'll do it for now. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please leave me your thoughts on how these jackets are aging in the comments below. Check out my website. I sell kilties, cuffs, leather backpacks, belts now, and insoles. The insoles have been by far the most popular. I'll also leave links to my favorite shops below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see y'all in my next video.